Hello guys, my name is Marc from jazzguitarlessons.net and welcome to this hands-on jazz guitar lesson where we'll be adding parallel motion to your chord melody. So this is a really chord melody intensive lesson where you'll walk away with one basic neat chord melody trick that you can hear on Miles Davis recordings and hear all great jazz guitarists do. So let's get going. 1, 2, 3, 4. The goal of this hands-on series of guitar lessons on YouTube here is to actually put a lick under your finger. So as I was saying, you'll walk away with one basic chord melody thing. So let's get going. Today's idea comes from our baby, the Blue and Green song on the August 2016 Tune of the Month Club issue. This is, if you're not aware of this, this is a thing where we publish one new song per month on jazzguitarlessons.net. We're hope to reach issue 50. So this Blue and Green one, the trick is it uses a lot of parallel motions, meaning you fix your hand into a voicing and then you move this exact same shape to pass several melody notes. So this is a neat trick, and let's get playing the first example. The original lick found in your PDF is actually pretty simple. The trick with this kind of thing is you learn it and then you have to use it sparingly because it's so easy just to grab a voicing and make it the same that you can sort of overdo it. So be careful to use it at the right time, because what happens is when you keep, we say a parallel movement, so when you keep the same shape and move it up and down the frets, you wind up with some outside notes. So what I want to do now is practice the line. As you know, I like to do 50%, 80%, and then 100. So let's do the line at half speed now. This tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2. Again, 3, 4. Missed it. Let's do it again. 3, 4. 2, 2, 3. Last time. 2, 2. Good. You've noticed this is the part of the song that goes to D flat in the song. I said Blue and Green earlier, right? I meant this is blue bossa. And this is the part I go. Something like that. So, right. So let's do this at 80% together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 2 more times. 2, 3, 4 last time. Good. And now let's do this at where it should be. So for bing, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. So let's just take a moment to review the theory of it. I don't want to, as we say in French, we say couper les cheveux en quatre, so splitting hair, I guess, or splitting hairs. I don't know, but I don't want to go into analyzing each and every single chord here, because this one is purely, this is an E flat minor 7, the first chord in your example, and then, of course, we know that we need this melody note, the descending line, and the theory is pretty simple. The practical application is have this voicing, so it's 9, 9, 10, 9, and keep it the same when you go down. Of course, you might want to elaborate on this and see what every single note does within the chord. Is it a sharp 9? Is it a flat 5? But I would, in a way, advise against that, because these things are passing. They're just passing, so they're not functionally working like outside notes or alterations. And the reason we can keep it all together and our ears keep saying, okay, this is fine, it's because we have a strong leading melody. We hear the melody clearly, and we hear that the structure is the same. So it kind of sounds out and kind of cool and kind of modern at the same time. Of course, if it's your first time looking at chords melody stuff, we have a course for you on jazzguitarlessons.net called Chords Melody Crash Course. So there you can start with the bare bone essentials to learning MISTI in a chord melody, adding chord tones and removing your bass and doing all these things. So let's dig into more examples as I like to do in these hands-on lessons. So the first lick was fine, it's from Blue Bossa, right? Now let's look at 3 standard melodies that you might have harmonized yourself. You grab your real book and you say, oh, you know, this is Days of Wine and Roses, Autumn Leaves and Stella by Starlight. And just to give you an idea of how you can use a parallel motion, so the example A in your PDF goes actually like this. It's the days of wine and roses, right? So this is your first voicing, and this is what the first line shows you what a regular chord melody would be. So I won't do any of this in time. So this is a typical jazz guitar barebone using the chords we know. Now here's the example where we substitute chords for this voicing that we've used in. So the days. So you've noticed what we've done is use this guy, keep your hand the same. And this is so refreshing when we reach that place where we kind of resolve it to our nice D7 chord. So that's it for example A. Now let's dig into example B. Look at this on my screen where we took Autumn Leaves. So everyone knows the beginning of Autumn Leaves, you have a long held note, so it starts with. So this is where example B starts with that high note. And of course the chord here changes to an F7. And the trick is we want F7 notes. So this is an F7, this is an F7, and here we have this guy, then B flat. So transforming this into the second line of your B example is then actually go, and this is simply a parallel voicing. Once again, you use this shape and reuse it for the 3 melody notes. There you go. So this is a neat little example if you know songs, and actually I think example B, as it was before we modified it, this pass, is harder technically than just keeping the same. It's pretty easy to keep your hand like this, right? So let's jump in example C where we have Stella by Starlight, famous song, and it starts like this. You know that there's a B flat note missing from the example. We wanted to save space, so it starts with the A note on the E chord, and that would be the regular chord melody style. So if you're fond of this, you might add an open A string in the second bar, so go. And this already sounds kind of hip as it is, but check this out. We'll make use again of that pseudo bar chord, and you'll see how it changes everything in terms of how now your arrangement sounds. You ready for this? We have F7 after. Thank you for joining me in this hands-on lesson. So this is issue number 13 of our hands-on series. I hope you like it. One of the key points here is you have to take this with you. You have to apply this concept, this Miles Davis sort of voicing whenever you see an occasion to do it. Of course, this is like spice. You cannot do it all the time. You have to use it sparingly and in moments where it's going to be very effective. But it's a neat trick if you want to avoid that you have complicated passes in songs and you want to avoid revoicing and regrouping your fingers all the time. This is a great trick. Of course, we always enjoy feedback, questions, ideas. You can comment below this video. Please visit the associated blog post for more information and your PDF download. And as always, we would like you to share this video on Facebook, Twitter, or with any friend, anyone you think might like it. And don't forget to subscribe to jazzguitarlessons.net. Improve your jazz guitar playing with a real teacher, this YouTube channel. I'll see you next time. Take care.